Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm here with Diego. He's actually someone I met at a fashion show we were recently participating in, and he recently saw one of my videos about mental health, and we just kind of decided to collab and just elaborate on that a little more. Diego, you could go ahead and introduce yourself.
That's me, Diego. I have a channel called Hints of Green right now. It's about mental health, depression. You can see my videos. It's pretty impactful for me. And if you can get something out of it, that's great. What I was telling Gabby earlier is my whole deal with depression, and what do you want to know about my situation?
I pretty much just want people to find the solution, or maybe like in the moment, what did you do when you were really sad or just feeling vulnerable? What would you do?
Therapy. Therapy is one of the things that I dealt with depression for a very long time. It was a few years where I dealt with severe, dark, dull, jagged edge depression, and I felt very bad. I would wake up, I would cry on my way to work, I would cry on my way to the gym, I ended up cutting myself. I was not watching what I was eating, not watching my diet, and my thoughts, my emotions, and my actions became habitually bad. So habitually bad means I was always having negative thoughts, I was always taking negative actions, and I wasn't doing good for me. And I wanted other people to do good for me. I wanted other people to fix me because I kept blaming other people. Instead of taking charge and saying, okay, I need to do this for myself, I need to get better. So one day, it got bad enough where I said, you know what, I can't keep doing this to myself. Everything I've tried doesn't work. I need to see a professional. I need therapy. And that day, I skipped work and I went straight to the therapist. I called a few places, and I started. I just got started.
Yeah. I think that's very crucial. A lot of people joke around about that, about getting therapy, or they think that it's something negative. In reality, it's really not. If you need it, what better than to go to someone and just talk and let everything out, and them kind of help you through a situation you're in. If it's negative, if it's good, or it doesn't matter.
You're right, and it's not just someone. This is a person who's a licensed therapist. They do this. They're a professional. So if you wanted to go and do your taxes, you go to the accountant. If you wanted to go do your health insurance, you would go to your health insurance agent. Well, here you're dealing with mental health issues, depression, and things like that. You want to go to the professional that's going to help you the most. Therapy is the one thing that for sure constantly helped me, and it still does. I don't go to therapy anymore. There's been times where I've wanted to go because certain things happen in your life, and knowing our predisposition, or at least mine, I can get pretty bad at certain points. And so I've had the thoughts and the wants of going, but I kind of work through it myself. If anybody out there feels alone, feels suicidal, feels completely depressed, please go get help. People are out there. They're willing to hear you out. We're here too. You can send us a message. We're not a professional about mental health. We're just retelling our story. During my therapy, a lot of things would come up about my childhood, about my life, about my parents, my family, and all of these things are issues that need to be dealt with. Human beings are kind of used to putting things aside and not dealing with anything and building it up inside of you, and never resolving. There's never any resolution. And what steps we can take is being completely honest with ourselves, completely honest with the therapy, and facing the issues head on.
Yeah, that's actually something that used to happen to me that I struggled with a lot. Was something bad would happen, I would just put it aside, like you said, and then it would just continue, and it would just build up to the point where I would just have a mental breakdown and start having panic attacks and just cry for no exact reason at the moment, but it was just so many things happening at once that just caused like this explosion of emotion. And I feel like definitely that makes it better when you learn how to deal with things or situations or emotions in the moment, and definitely not hoard it in, because it does affect your mental state so much, and I wouldn't want anyone to go through that, which is why we're doing this video right now.
Yeah, definitely. And what you mentioned something that was very key, which is dealing with things at the moment. What ends up, for those people who don't understand what depression is, and maybe if you do, you can relate to this, things happen to the point where we get overwhelmed because we think that so many bad things are happening all the time. We can't get a grip on anything, which means we can't really solve anything, which just leads to drowning in your own sorrows, sort of crying about it. You want to do something about it, but you don't find a way to do it, and it's so many things that it gets completely overwhelming. And therapy, speaking to someone, having that family support system, as we were talking about in the other video that we've just filmed, are just the stepping stones to getting better. It takes time, it takes effort, it takes continuous work to go into therapy, to talk about your feelings, to get uncomfortable, because
it's definitely not a one-day thing.
It's not a one-day thing. I've had sessions by myself. I've had sessions with significant others. I've had sessions with my entire family there. So for me, it was at the point of no return. For me, I just decided this is it. I can't keep feeling bad.
Yeah, it just gets to the point where you need help and you don't want to go through that anymore, for sure.
Yeah.
Do you have anything you want to recommend to anyone that's going through a similar situation or just feeling down?
Yeah, definitely. As we said, therapy number one, that's the first step. But then you also have to think about building your life up to who you want to be, doing the things you want to do, and being happy for yourself. I feel like a lot of self-esteem and self-worth comes from the things we actively do every single day. And life is about making yourself who you want to be. So the way that I did it was I envisioned myself how I wanted to be in 5 or 10 years or 20 years, and who I looked like then, what I looked like then, the things that I was doing then, and that gives me the impulse to get started on those things. So if I start today, 5 years, that's what I'm going to look like. If I start today, in 10 years, I'll look even better. You know, I'll be doing greater things, I'll be moving faster, I'll just have this whole thing. And it starts today. It starts with making a conscious choice about your life, about your health, your relationships, your self-worth. If you never get started, nothing is ever going to happen.
Yeah. Well, guys, thank you for watching this video. We are going to be making a second video on Diego's channel, which I will link down below. And I just wanted to let you guys know that you guys are all beautiful, and be happy, and don't stress over dumb things, because it's not worth it, believe me. So, till next time, guys.
Till next time, thank you, Gabby.
No problem.
Peace out.